Welcome back to night 4 of the 13th IAAF World Championships. We're poised for a start here in the men's 800 metres final. David Rudisha trying to become the 5th Kenyan to win this title. Make amends for the world record holders who've had a tough week on the track so far. We just saw Abubakar Kaki of Sudan. That's Yuri Borzakovsky, the veteran of the field at 30 years of age. This is his 5th World Championship final. He was the Olympic gold medalist in 04. He won silver in 03, 05 and bronze in 07, 4th in 2009. There's Rudisha, the world record holder, the unbackable favourite. He's won everything there is to win in this world of athletics, including the Continental Cup, 2 African titles, 3 Kenyan titles, but he was bounced out of the semis 2 years ago. Can he make amends tonight? Adam Kajot is the second of 2 poles. Marcin Lewandowski runs in lane number 2. A youngster, just 21 years of age, trying to become the first European to win this title since Andre Boucher of Switzerland back in 2001. Incidentally, Poland's Paul Chipelski won bronze on that occasion. And here's the 2007 world champion, Alfred Yago. He's a character and he knows how to run these big races. Gold in Osaka, silver in Berlin. He was the bronze medalist in Beijing and was the African silver medalist behind Rudisha last year at 24 years of age. He hasn't had his best season, but he knows how to put himself in the right places at the right times. So the pressure's on Rudisha here. After the week from hell for world record holders like Bolt and Robles, he's trying to make amends. So from the inside, Mohamed Aman, 17 years of age, of Ethiopia. Who knows what he can conjure. Marcin Lewandowski of Poland goes in lane 2. The European champion from last year, Nick Simmons, the only American here. He runs in 3. Kaki 4. Borzakovsky's in 5. Rudisha 6. Kajot 7, Yago 8, and look at Rudisha going straight to the front, as we know he likes to do. He hasn't got his pacemaker here with him in these major titles, and that's been the big question mark, but he'll go to the front and try and run them off their legs with his raw pace. He is the fastest man in this field by a long way, the only one to go under 1:43 this season. Kaki sits in behind him of Sudan. He's the second fastest this season and the 5th fastest all time. A bit of jockeying for position as Borzakovsky moves on to Kaki's shoulder as they go past the bell. Simmons through in 4th, a sluggish first 400 for Rudisha, 1:33. He's leaving everybody in the contest. So Rudisha on the front, 3:20 to run. Borzakovsky right in behind him. Tucked in on the rail is Kaki. Then it's back to Simmons and Lewandowski trying to move wide. And Yago moving up. Rudisha winds up the pace, 2:50 to run. But everybody is sticking tight. Borzakovsky won't move. Kaki's going to find it difficult to get out. Lewandowski moving up on the outside. And now Kajot comes up to 5th and maybe 4th. Rudisha winds up. 1:50 to go. The world record holder trying to run away from them. Borzakovsky losing touch. Look at Rudisha really kicking clear now. Has he got it in him? I think he has. The world record holder becomes the world champion. David Rudisha wins. Kaki gets 2nd for Sudan. Borzakovsky, yet another minor medal. He got up for 3rd. Lewandowski, a great run for 4th. But after the week from hell, for all of the world record holders on the track here in Daegu, David Rudisha joins Wilson Kipketer as the only world record holder to have claimed a world championship crown in the men's 800. A sluggish time by his incredible standards, but nonetheless a win of great proportions for Rudisha. He becomes the 5th Kenyan to win a world title in the men's 800, continuing a great tradition that was started with Billy Concella and then Paul Ruto Kipketer before he represented Denmark for his 2nd of 3 world titles, and also Yago, who was in the race. Kaki celebrates. Sudan have a medalist, 22 years of age, and Yuri Borzakovsky. What can you say about this man? His 5th World Championship final, and he medals in 4 of them. 2 bronze medals now, 2011, 2007, 2 silvers in Paris and Helsinki. He was 4th, just missed in Berlin, and he has Olympic gold. But the story there is David Rudisha. He celebrates with Yago, who won't add to the medals accrued in Osaka, Berlin, and also Beijing. But David Rudisha has made amends for his mistakes in Berlin. His first World Championship final is successful. He kept them in the race. He didn't take them out at an absurd pace. It was 51.33 through the first 400, but he just ran them off their legs. His last 150 was simply superb. Karki's finish was outstanding. Karki and Borzakowski were right on Rudisha's heels the whole way around, and no one could get past them. But Rudisha, so strong, so magnificent. He powered to the line and no one stood a chance of passing him. And he looked comfortable. The expression on his face was one of pure concentration. So David Rudisha wins his first world title, 1:43.91, a sluggish time. Abubakar Karki gets second for Sudan. Borzakowski third, his second bronze, his fourth World Championship medal. A wonderful performance. So to the last event on the track tonight, the men's 400 metres final. And it's an event that's been thoroughly dominated by the United States since its inception in 1983. They've won 9 of 12 World Championships. They've had 2 medalists on the podium on 8 of those occasions, and they completed the trifecta in 2007. But they only have the one competitor in this year's final, and that is LaShawn Merritt, who will start the favourite, the defending champion, the running Olympic champion, coming off a 21-month drug suspension. He's only run now 4 times ahead of this final. And he's trying to join Michael Johnson and Jeremy Warner as the only men to have defended this crown successfully. Field, as you can see there, a couple of Grenadans, Bartholomew and James, just 21 and 18 years of age respectively. Merritt the favourite in 4. He's run magnificently since coming back from that 21-month layoff after he was suspended for a positive test for the drug DHEA, which he claimed was taken by mistake as part of a male enhancement hormone. He took the suspension on the chin, and now he returns to try and defend his crown. Here's Femi Ogunode. He runs on the inside in lane 1 of Qatar, 20 years of age, a former Nigerian. He was naturalised last year. He won the 200 and 400 metre crowns at the Asian Games last year. He was the first man and only the second man ever to do that. The first man, the flying Sikh Milka Singh, back in 1958. He won Commonwealth gold that year and finished 4th in Rome at the Olympic Games. Here's Rondell Bartholomew of Grenada, 21 years of age. He was the world leader until August 5, 3rd fastest of the year with 44.65. He's had a reasonable year, 3rd in New York, 7th in London, 5th in Stockholm in the Diamond Leagues. A big runner in the collegiate circuit from South Plains College in the United States. Jermaine Gonzalez, mentioned him earlier. Commonwealth Games bronze in 2006, bronze at the World Juniors and World Youths as far back as 01 and 02. He's the Diamond League leader with wins in Lausanne and Stockholm. Here's the favourite, LaShawn Merritt, the reigning Olympic champion and world champion, silver medalist from 07, trying to join Warner, who isn't here, and also Michael Johnson as the only men to have successfully defended their crowns. Johnson won 4 consecutive world titles in this race between 1993 and 1999. Karani James, a very exciting young athlete, 18 years of age, turns 19 on Thursday. World Junior gold medalist from 2010, World Youth gold medalist from 2009, silver at the World Youths in 07, and silver at the World Juniors in 08, and he's the second fastest this year with a 44.61, which he ran in London. So can he translate that junior form into senior status and senior gold? Kevin Borlée, first of 2 twins from Belgium holding European hopes. No European has won since 1987. He's the European champion, Kevin Borlée, and is the 6th fastest of 2011. Tabari Henry, talented runner out of the Texas A&M College in the United States, running for the Virgin Islands, 23 years of age. He was 3rd in Lausanne behind Gonzalez, and Kevin Borlée has run 44.77. And here's Jonathan Borlée. Has a PB 3/100ths faster than his twin brother, but he was 7th in that European final, which Kevin won, 5th in the semi-final in Beijing, 4th at the World Juniors in 06, and 5th at the World Youths in 2005. So 2 Belgians Two Grenadans, an American, a Jamaican, a man from Qatar who originated from Nigeria, and a runner from the Virgin Islands. Will American dominance of this race continue? It all hangs on LaShawn Merritt here in the men's 400 metres final in Daegu.
Merritt so strong in the third 100 metres. Jermaine Gonzalez.
He ran that world-leading time, Merritt, in the heats. An incredible run. 44.35. His threats will come from the inside. Bartholomew, Gonzalez, and also James, perhaps next to him in 5.
But Merritt going to defend his world title.
Away in the men's 400 metres final. Merritt out with a cruisy start. Gonzalez running okay on his inside. The Qatari Ogunode has started brightly on the far inside. It's Jonathan Borley on the far left of your picture, then Henry and Kevin Borley, then James, Merritt, Gonzalez, Bartholomew and Ogunode. They've held the staggers reasonably well. Merritt just easing his way in front of the 200. He's moved up alongside the youngster James. Coming through on the inside is the other Grenadan, Bartholomew. But Merritt will lead them into the straight, trying to defend his crown. He's a metre in front of James, who'll come back at him. Bartholomew fading. Gonzalez coming back. The Borley brothers on the outside. But it's Merritt and James got him right at the line. Grenada have a world champion, and it's the 18-year-old Karani James. He's run a wonderful race, equalled his PB and his season's best. 44.61. Grenada have a world champion, and American hegemony ends here in Daegu. They've won the last 5 world titles, but they haven't won a 6th. In fact, 4 world titles. They haven't won a 5th. Karani James, 44.60 it's been rounded down to. He looked beaten at the 100 when they turned into the straight, but Merritt faded, and the kid came past him. Wonderful run by Karani James. Merritt gets silver to match his finish in Osaka 4 years ago. He can't quite believe it. And of the Borley brothers, it's Kevin who's got up for bronze, and he is ecstatic. The European champion becomes the world bronze medalist. And I think his brother Jonathan got 5th, and Gonzalez might have got 4th. But Karani James, a name to remember. World junior champion from Canada last year, world youth champion from the year before. He'd done everything at junior level. It was a question of whether he could translate that into senior medals, and it seems he has done that tonight. It was a wide open race. It was wide open at the 200, and James looked beaten as they turned into the straight, but he found something extra to get past Merritt in the last 30 and win magnificently. But Merritt fading. James came back in the last 30, and he only just got in front in the last 10. Dipped at the line and won from Merritt, who just had nothing left to give. Great run from Gonzalez on the inside, but again, he'll miss out on a medal as Kevin Borley went past him in lane number 6. But James pushed every inch of those 400 metres, and he's won a gold medal from Grenada. They'll be celebrating in that tiny Caribbean island tonight. Of that, there is absolutely no question. Jamaica, the dominant Caribbean nation in the sprints. The Bahamas had a world champion in Avad Moncourt back in 2001. And Bert Cameron won a world title for Jamaica in the men's 400 in 1983. Thomas Schoenliebe was the only other non-American to win this race from East Germany in 87. But Karani James becomes the 3rd Caribbean world champion of the men's 400, and at just 18 years of age, turning 19 on Thursday, he celebrates a wonderful 19th birthday. James wins, confirmation, 44.60, a season's best and a lifetime best for the 18-year-old. Merritt second again, as he was in 2007, couldn't defend his crown. And Europe have a bronze medalist, the Belgian, Kevin Borley, 44.90.